Okay guys, this is workout number 4 in our guided workouts that we're providing to you on YouTube. So, this one is an EMOM, which stands for every minute on the minute, and we're gonna go for 10 minutes, which means that the exercises I'm about to list out, there's only 2 of them, you wanna try to get both of those done within 1 minute's time. And you wanna try to do that every single minute for 10 minutes, okay? So here are the 2 exercises. We're gonna do 12 lunges and 7 wall shoulder presses. Now, I'm a little bit hesitant to give people the wall shoulder press because it's really easy to do them wrong, but I have faith in you guys and I believe in you. I know you're gonna do it well. So, let's go and start going over it. We have the 12 lunges. So, lunges can be very, very easy if you just burn through them real quick, or they can be very, very difficult if you're making everything happen well. And by that I mean, are you taking care of your midline right here? So let's go over that real quick. Before we start into a lunge, first of all, I'm always going to go backwards when I do a lunge. Because when I go forwards, what's gonna happen is, if I'm right here, and I go forward like this, and I'm pressing back like that, it's a lot of pressure on my knee. 1 workout, 2 workout, 3 workouts, probably not gonna be that big a deal, but over time, if you always do them that way, that's a lot of pressure on your knee, okay? Also, it's taking my body weight away from my midline, okay? So, what I mean by that is, if this is my center of gravity, right here where this PVC pipe is, and I'm stepping forwards, you see how far away I'm coming away from that. Now, if I'm doing a walking lunge, no big deal, but if I'm doing a stationary lunge, which let's assume that we're in a space where we can't do a whole lot of walking around, then we're gonna wanna do them stationary. Okay, so now, if I'm doing them backwards, or if I'm taking my foot backwards, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start right here, I'm gonna bring my leg back. I'm traveling a lot less as far as my midline is concerned, right? So I'm just keeping everything nice and tight, nice and stable. This is just a better option, safer for my knee, easier to keep my midline nice and tight. So, speaking of that, let's go ahead and, I don't know what's happening there. So let's go ahead and get everything ready for these lunges. So you're going to suck your belly button in. You're going to pull your shoulder blades. Watch my shoulder. We'll zoom in on this here in a second, but we're going to pull the shoulder blades up, back, and down. Here's what it looks like from this side, okay? This is my relaxed position. I'm not doing anything with my shoulders, my abs, nothing, okay? It's just relaxed. You can see my head is a little bit protruding forward. My shoulders are rounding forward, and this is a typical 21st century position because we spend a lot of our days texting, typing, doing everything here on the front side of our body. So what I want to do is I want to pull everything up, back, and down. So now my shoulders are set. You see my head still looks like a turkey bird. So I'm going to bring my head back like that. Now this is where I want my shoulders to be, okay? I want to keep everything back and down. Now what you probably cannot see from this angle is that I'm sucking my abs and I'm squeezing my glutes at the same time. So I've got the big 3 working for me. My lats, my abs, and my glutes. You've got to make sure these 3 are working for you on every single exercise if you want to make sure that you are getting the most bang for your buck out of every workout, but then also to make sure that you are putting all the joints and the rest of your body in the right position, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring one leg up, I'm going to throw it back there pretty far, okay? Now what should happen is as I come down, you might have to stop up here. If you're just starting your fitness journey, you're not going to be able to go down to these lunges very far. And that's because our legs they don't have the strength to be able to bring us all the way down and all the way back up. Don't worry about it. You'll get stronger because you're going to do these a lot in the future. And you're going to get stronger and you're going to be able to go all the way down. But pull everything back and down, take a big step back. As you come down, you know you're in the right place if this leg is at a 90-degree angle and this leg is kind of at a 90-degree angle. So I'm a little bit shallow here. What I would have liked, I would have liked for it to be like that, okay? And that's just gonna force me to really drive through my heel. So I'm using a lot of my hamstrings and my glutes to make this lunge happen. Now to be sure, a lunge, front squats, step-ups are very quad-dominant exercises. There's nothing wrong with that. We want those to be worked, but we wanna make sure that our glutes and our hamstrings are very much involved because they really make the world go round. So what you're gonna do is suck the belly button in, shoulder blades back and down. Take my leg up. I'm going to throw it way the heck back there. Now that is a much better position. You see that? My knee is at a 90 down here. My knee is at a 90 up here. Shoulder blades are back and down. My abs are tight. I'm going to drive through my front leg, through my heel. And I'm going to squeeze my butt like someone's got a rubber band wrapped around my hip and it's tethered to a ceiling in front of me, okay? I'm just gonna squeeze my glutes, drive my heel, come back up. That's 1, okay? Abs tight, glutes tight, throw a leg back. That'll be 2, okay? And again, 3. Now, remember, if you don't have the strength to go all the way down, then what you're gonna wanna do is just go down as far as you can, okay? The big thing is make sure you throw that leg back there as far as you can, because if you start doing lunges like this, you see all this is pretty much gone to the roadside. So I mean, like, my knee is way over, this is all sorts of, you know, of a mess. My midline has come undone, I'm leaning over. When I come up, that's also gonna be in all the wrong places. I wanna make sure you're moving the right way. So whenever you're doing a lunge, you wanna make sure that your knees and your feet are tracking in the same direction. Okay, so when you're doing a lunge, I think you can see my feet. As you're going down, remember, abs tight, glutes tight, shoulder blades back and down. As I step back, I wanna make sure that my knee is tracking directly in front of and in line with my toe. You see what I'm saying? So I don't want my knee to cave in like this, because this is gonna tear up my knee. I want my knee to be right there in line with this PVC pipe. And honestly, if you can get it to go slightly off to the side while still having a nice flat foot, this is ideal. This is good, this is ideal, this is an absolute no-no, okay? So as you're doing your lunges, you ought to be able to hold, like I said, a PVC pipe, a broom handle, or something to make sure that you are staying in alignment as you're doing those lunges, right? Now you don't have to do this every single rep unless you just really want to, just as a warm-up to make sure that you're tracking the right way, because eventually your muscles are just gonna do this by default, and that's what we're going for. If we can have our muscles and our body default to a good position without us having to think about it, great things have happened, gang, and that's what we're going for. So make sure that you're doing that whenever you are doing your lunges. Make sure everything is tracking the same direction. Not like this. This is good, this is ideal, okay? The other thing is make sure that you're grabbing the ground with your foot. Let me back up just a little bit. If your foot and your shoe are doing this number right here, and you're kind of caving over to the side like that, now this is an extreme example, obviously. If you're doing that, you're probably gonna break an ankle, so don't do that. But as you're going down, like if your foot is weebling, wobbling, and moving around like a baby giraffe, then make sure that you grab the ground with your foot and make sure that you keep everything nice and stable. Act like you've got a few nails put right through your feet to make sure that your foot is completely grounded so that you can really get the right muscles working the right way, all right? Okay, so wall shoulder press is the next on the list. So a wall shoulder press, it can be really easy if you burn through it without really thinking about it, or it can be one of the most difficult exercises you ever do, because it is if you do it the right way. So what you're gonna do is put your butt, your back, and your head up against the wall. Now, you might look at my back and be like, his back isn't on the wall, and you're right, my lower back is not on the wall, but my upper back is. I don't need all of my back to be on the wall. I just need my abs to be tight and stable and to maintain this same curvature the whole time I'm doing this wall shoulder press. My lower back may or may not touch. As long as it remains the same shape whenever I'm doing this whole thing, we're in the clear. My butt, my back, and my head are all up against the wall. I don't know, maybe you can see my head, maybe you can't. So, at any rate, this is what we're focusing on. So, my butt, my back, and my head up against the wall. Now, if I squeeze my glutes and suck my belly button in, I can get my lower back pretty close to the wall, okay? So that's what I want to do. Now, if I can do this and maintain this position the entire time, that's exactly what I want to do. Now, I'm just going to do it with one arm here, which might not be any easier, but that way I can pull my shirt and you can see what my lower back is doing. If I keep my abs tight, my glutes tight, and I go up with this movement, and let's say I go up and I got to stop right here, I'm going to come right back down. That was a good rep. Now let's say I go up, and as I go up, I can feel myself kind of letting go to get this angle to make it happen. This is a loss of my midline, and I want to stop, make sure that I keep everything as tight as I can, which means that my range of motion with that arm may change drastically when I keep my arms tight, okay? It's not a bad thing, it's just where you're starting. So make sure that your abs are tight, your glutes are tight, your shoulder blades are backing down, and you're really just sucking that belly button in and squeezing those glutes, right? You want to maintain this position as long as you can. Make sure that when you got both arms up there, this might be a stretch for you, and if not, that's all right, good for you. We're just gonna move along and make sure that you're pressing your hands into this wall as hard as you can. And that's really the secret to these wall shoulder presses. Maintain solid midline and make sure you're pressing your body as hard as you can into that wall, okay? Now I've got some pretty poor shoulder mobility, so you're gonna get to see a very short range of motion because that's where I'm at. And you might be the same. You might have incredibly mobile shoulders and you might be able to go all the way up, all the way down. And if that's the case, you want to press as hard as you can into the wall and basically try to lift yourself off the wall with your arms, okay? Got a little ahead of myself, but here's what we're doing. We're pressing our hands, our whole backside of our body, our arms against the wall. So I'm gonna start like this, like I'm giving a field goal sign on the football field. Suck my belly button in, squeeze my glutes. I'm gonna try to push my elbows and my hands and my wrist against that wall as hard as I can. Now, if this is hard enough, then you might end up just moving this much. Whoop, and then come right back down, okay? So my goal is to not let my shoulder, like if I'm not paying attention, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna come up and my elbows and my hands are gonna come off the wall. I'm gonna be kind of doing this number right here. This requires zero effort on my part. I'm just going through the motions. If you get to it and you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that was easy. You've probably done it wrong. So make sure that you're taking care of all the little things. The little things will take care of you. So press your body up against the wall as hard as you can. Slide those arms up as high as you can without letting anything pop off the wall. So like if I get to here and I feel my elbows pop off, I've gone a little bit too high. So I'm gonna come back down. I'm gonna go down as low as I can. For me, that's it. And I'm gonna come all the way back up, and then all the way back down, and then all the way back up, and then all the way back down. Woo, okay? So that should light up pretty every single muscle on the backside of your body. Now remember, if you have shoulders that you can tie in knots and still slap yourself in the face afterwards, then you're gonna have to press really hard into the wall. For you, it's not gonna be a matter of can I get there, it's gonna be a matter of how hard can I press against the wall. Now, if you're like me and you have tight shoulders, getting to the wall is gonna be an issue, and going up and down is gonna be something a little, almost like a pipe dream, right? But we'll get there. Just gotta work at it every day. So, if you wanna know what direction your hands need to be going, they should be going straight up. We have these nice little grooves we can put our fingers in here at the gym. You may not. So what you might wanna do is grab a broom handle or something that's not going to flex with you too much, and you're gonna basically put it in a 90-degree angle like this, right? So 90 degrees out of my elbows, and this is where I wanna be when I'm going after these wall shoulder press, okay? Now, you don't want to do this for the long term because you want to get as big a range of motion out of this as possible, but put that bar on top of your head, get 90 degrees. You might need a friend to help you out, figure out where 90 degrees is at. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to press everything up against the wall. Abs tight, glutes tight. Slide my hands up as hard as I can and press my whole my arms up against the wall as hard as I can. I'm going to come back down, tap that thing against my head. I'm going to bring it up as high as I can. I gotta stop right there because my right elbow came off and come right back down, okay? It's just another way of doing the same exact thing. So, like I said, the workout is every minute on the minute. So, you do 12 lunges. So you're gonna start right about here. Abs tight, glutes tight, shoulder blades back and down, head in neutral position. I'm going to step back. I'm gonna get my 1, my 2, my 3, all the way up to 12. Let's say that took me 30 seconds. Which means I got 30 seconds to get these 7 reps done. Abs tight, glutes tight, shoulder blades back and down. I'm gonna go 1, 2, all the way up to 7, right? And then I get done, I look at my timer. I end it at 45 seconds, which means I have 15 seconds to rest. Resting, I'm resting, I'm resting. Top of the minute comes around, and I start over, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, what I will say about this workout is if you don't finish all of these wall shoulder presses, or you can barely make it out of the lunges, nothing wrong with that, gang. It's just where you're starting. If that is the case and you cannot make it out of your lunges, maybe what you should do is do 12 lunges on the first minute, do 7 wall shoulder press on the second minute, and just alternate the exercises and try to finish each exercise within 1 minute. Now, if you can obviously do both within the same minute, fantastic. Let's go that way. There's always a way to modify it, gang. And if you ever have any questions, just hit us up in the comment section below and we'd be happy to help you navigate your way into making it your own, okay? So, that is workout number 4. You guys, get after it. Go make yourself stronger.